What's up, dudes? HW here. HW, don't even tell me you didn't. You didn't. You didn't. You did not do 2 new guitar days in 1 week. Oops. Oops. Oopsie, don't tell my wife. She apparently doesn't see anything that comes in the door anymore. It all just blends together. Pro tip. Buy so many guitars that you lose count. Because when you lose count, she lost count a long time ago. She lost count a long time ago. Oh, brother. Another beautiful, beautiful day in Nashville. I've been saying the snow's been melting. There's no snow. Except it's so cold outside. It's 18 degrees as the crow flies. I don't know what that means. It's 18 degrees. And my kids have figured out that anywhere they put water outside, it freezes very quickly. Now, anything with depth, but it's just an icebreaker paradise out there. So they dragged out the sleds. They've been pouring water and stuff. And just anything that can hold water, they know it's going to turn to ice. They were watering the grass so that it would all just like crumble. And then they're marching through with their boots, crack, 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 crackle, crackle, you know. And yeah, the sleds, they filled those up with water, and those things are frozen solid. You can't lift them anymore. So good times. Good time to be alive. Dudes, today we're talking about this thing, but really we're talking about a concept that I kind of learned a long time ago. We've been talking about on the channel like best guitars for this price range, that price range. And really, that's what I'm trying to get some clarity on is like, I'd love to do a video where it's like best guitars in 2025, every price range. And it'd be like, you know, this price, this to this amount of money, this to this amount of money, you know? And before I go any further, I get a lot of comments, so HW, you got to stop sipping the coffee. I don't sip the coffee. Why do you sip your coffee? And I don't know how to answer that. Are you asking me why I sip the coffee doing these videos? Because I'm drinking coffee. Or are you asking why people do that with like hot liquids? I'll answer the second question. I think it's that when you have like a hot liquid, you're anticipating the heat and it kind of burns. So you don't want it to hit like the top of your mouth. You kind of want to like get it into your mouth. So you kind of do this. And I don't know why the inward like inhale happens at the same time. I don't know. You know what I mean? It's a bit like when you wince when you're going to get hit. It doesn't help you not get injured from getting punched in the face, but you can't help but do this when something's coming at you. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'll be honest with you. I feel like I know a lot about guitar stuff, but why do people sip coffee? That is a mystery too high above my pay grade, sirs and ma'ams, madams. I apologize. Sometimes I edit some of them out. Sometimes I don't. I bought this Sire. Let's just get into it. The very best guitar money can buy is a used guitar. That is a concept that will help you get the most for your money. And I got, why? Because someone else already took the depreciation, right? You're always going to pay a premium when something's brand new, just like a car or anything else. So think of guitars like cars. And that's easy because, you know, Leo Fender made the very first Strats. And you know what all the colors were? They were Ford colors or Chevrolet color. They were just GM colors. I don't know it was just GM colors. Maybe it was Ford colors. I don't remember. But it's because that was the paint you could go down to the local hardware store and get. When people needed to touch up the paint on their cars, they did it, you know, and you could go get it. If you were a painting, a body shop, whatever, you could go buy the paint. So he ordered that paint and used it on the guitars. And that's what he put. And then nitrocellulose finish. That's what they were using, you know. Nobody was saying this gives you cancer. Not yet. Not yet. And so they just, no masks, no nothing. That was before heart disease and hypertension and all this stuff, you know. They hadn't invented all that stuff yet. I'm not saying that's like a conspiracy theory. I'm just mean like people weren't talking about it. It wasn't in the zeitgeist. So I'm using that loosely. They hadn't invented it yet. But think of guitars like those cars and go, man, there's depreciation when I buy something new. So the best way, or the cheapest way, let me put it that way, the cheapest way to own and operate a vehicle is to get one that is like 3 to 5 years old, maybe 2 years old, a lot of people say, but really it's in the 3. Once you hit that 36 months, your car is, the rapid amount of depreciation has really come down. It's like a high amount of depreciation, it comes down, and then it just goes like this. And at that point, your car is basically worth its utility value plus some premium based on the make and model, some percentage premium. BMW still go for more. They have a reputation of going a lot of miles, Toyotas too, whereas something like Hyundai or Kia, they might go a lot of miles, but they haven't been around enough to develop totally that reputation. And so you take a guitar like this and you go, what is that, HW? It's a Sire. It's, what's his name? Larry Carlton. Larry Carlton took an old page out of Les Paul's book. He's like, you know what? Let me go get with a guitar company and write my script logo name on the headstock of every G-looking guitar out there. And so that's what Larry Carlton's doing. Now, obviously, Larry Carlton plays a 335 and stuff. But they've designed a really cool guitar, and I wanted to get my hands on these for a while. But I didn't want to buy one new because I learned from the Harley Bentons that there's a lot of value coming out of Indonesia. Guess where this is made? Indonesia. Something's loose in the guitar. Comes along with the thing. This sort of category of guitar, you might have a thing or two happening. Also, we'll get into it. Somebody replaced these pickups, so maybe they left something loose in there. But back to the point. Great quality coming out of Indonesia. And I thought, let me get something that's already been depreciated, and maybe that if I was struggling with should I upgrade a guitar, is it a money pit? Well, the comments let me know, yes, upgrading guitars are money pits. I made a video about upgrading guitars. Is it worth it? A lot of people said, it's worth it because, the guitar will be cool, but a lot of people said, it's not worth it in terms of money. It's worth it in terms of the experience of like modding and having fun, but in terms of money, no. So I thought, well, let me go get something that's depreciated and someone already put money into, and I'll get a real good deal. So I found this one, and someone put tone-specific pickups in here. This is a popular brand of pickups because they're not too expensive. Very popular with people who want to upgrade pickups in maybe cheaper guitars. And this guitar, I don't really know what it goes for new, but I bought this whole guitar with the tone-specific pickups and with this Bixby thing. And I don't know what brand this is. It has like an XL on it. But if you look, it's floating. Like I can put my finger under here and I can see you through there. See me? So it just sort of sticks straight into these posts and goes straight back. And it has this Bixby-like thing. It has like an X on it or an XL. But it's a cool little piece. And, if I wanted to upgrade this thing further, I could put a roller bridge or something like that. But honestly, it's working fine. And I think it looks pretty cool. Kind of bridges the gap between contemporary and new. And so to me, I thought, let me try to get this because I hear a lot of people talking about these things. So at the beginning, I was just playing like ambient stuff, like kind of what this guitar inspires me to play. But I'll play that same rig, but we'll bring down all the delay and reverb. I'm using a Kemper, so it's real easy to create two versions of that sound. Now I'm getting a little like static. All right, found it. Bad cable. I was getting a little static there. Guitar sounds like this. Beautiful, beautiful stuff, man. What a great sounding neck pickup and the middle. Bixby kind of style trem is really great. And that was Bixby calling. They're going, who makes that? It's as good as ours. Stop that, HW. No. And then we get this bridge pickup. So man, it's got the thing, you know what I mean? It's inspiring to play. Whenever I pick up a guitar like this, I tend to go a little bit ambient. You know what I mean? There's something about it, like it resonates here in the room, and so I just love doing the like, you know? You know what I mean? I mean, I don't know. There's something cool about that sort of thing, you know? And that's when I get something like this and I only pay $600 for it, right? That's when I go, that's a great buy. That is worth more to you, the player, than it is going to be on the open market. And that's kind of where we're at with guitar right now. You know, there's all of these extra guitars on the market. And whether that's the case all the time, you know, that's going to change. But we've had years and years of COVID guitars, a lot of buying of Schecters and Electromatics, and all of these like extra guitars, the secondary guitars, the one you're not that into but you keep around because it's kind of fun to have. And the values have just tanked. Vintage stuff going up, all the other stuff going down. And I paid $650, I think, for this. I can't remember. But you know, with tax and everything, I was into the $700 range to get it. And that's, you know, with this stuff. Now, I made the guy an offer, and then I was nervous someone else was going to get it. So I just paid full price and get it. But I might have been able to get an extra $50 off or whatever. And the guy actually told me he was in the middle of like accepting the offer when it went through and he got confused what happened. So I actually could have got a little cheaper. I was just impatient, and it gave me a video idea. And so that's why I wanted to get it in here. But this is a guitar that it really reminds me of an old Greco 335 I had. And it represents a really tremendous value from the people at Sire. I don't really know much about them other than Larry Carlton is like kind of the guy with them now. And they're made in Indonesia. They didn't send me this. I paid for it, you know. And it really is a fantastic instrument, but it's hard for me to judge those instruments because I have it. Someone obviously set it up. There's strings on here that are too heavy for me. These appear to be 11s. You know, maybe a jazzer had it or something. And then someone did this to the pickups. I think it looks cool. I think it looks unique. They did this thing. And it just goes to show you, like, this is a very normal Sire guitar, but it looks a little bit unique from what someone did, and it's pretty usable. And this is a guitar where I go, I could play that on a Sunday morning, and I could be happy with it. And for $700, it's hard to find guitars that really fit that bill. Now, I did a video a couple days ago on that Fesley guitar. That fits the bill. But looks-wise, it's not my favorite looking guitar. It's a little boring. It's a little bland. I don't like the pickguard. I might put a black pickguard on it, and that'll be better. I think in the $300 range, that one's a killer guitar. Used, it would be even better. This is a guitar where I would tell everybody, hey, I had a Sire guitar. I bought it used. I would recommend you look at them used because $600-700 for this thing is really good. Really good. I could go take it as it sits right now and play a weekend with it. And you heard those tones. It's very inspiring. I love Bigsby's and Bigsby style stuff because you can do that quick vibrato, and it's very smooth and it sounds like an effect. And that's what I love about it. And someone gave this guitar that thing. And to me, these pickups in this represent a tremendous value. And man, I think these things are like $900 new. I think they are. Let me check. Okay, having a hard time figuring out what they cost new, but I see some of them in the 900 range on Reverb, so I'm guessing they're that or more than that. I didn't see this model in a real quick search, but in a world where we're trying to get the best value for our money when it comes to guitars, right? And where I'm telling my buddies, oh, this is a good one, this is a good one, right? And people in the comments, what would you get, if you were going to spend $500 on a great Telly, It's like, I don't know exactly, but in general, used is always better. And I would even say this, I'm kind of the opinion, it's really hard to get guitars used that are real cheap because fees bring it up and everything, and, reverb fees and shipping. And you're talking about, like, let's say that Fesley that I was playing the other day, $300 new. It's actually like $280 right now on Amazon. And it was, I can't. I feel like I'm lying saying a $280 guitar is one that I actually am enjoying playing, and I'm just playing it because it's a great guitar. It feels like I'm being a shill or something. Like I must not mean that. The 280 guitar can't be that good. It is though. It's got Wilkinson pickups and everything. They're a little like hotter and not vintagey. Like I might not always choose those, but sometimes they're cool. You know what I mean? It's not, I'm not saying I'm going to sell my Sirs or anything like that. That'd be crazy. I'm not saying the Sirs aren't better guitars, but I'm saying I genuinely think that thing feels really nice, and I get into playing it, and I've picked it up and just played it for fun. And if it didn't look cheap, I think it would sell for a lot more. But it's hard to like buy used stuff like that because, you see a guitar advertised for like $125 and like, you don't really know what's gone on with it. Shipping could be $60 and that's like, now I'm at $180. It's like, okay, it's at $180. Should I just get the new one for $280? It'll, like I know no one's messed with it. I know it's if someone's selling it, is it a bad one? You start to ask all these questions and it's like, okay, I could save $100, but maybe I just want to get it on Amazon for $280 and, I don't know. Also it's the other thing of like, I have to wait longer. Amazon will probably bring it to me in 2 days. I can return it very easily if I don't like it or if something's wrong with it. And a little bit on Amazon, you can even play the game of like, you get one and you're like, I don't think I may have gotten not a great one. You could send it back and just order another one. Like you can do that. And Amazon returns are super easy, maybe even easier than Guitar Center, in the sense that, you just print a label and send it back and stuff. I don't really know the answers to all those questions. I'm just saying, I do think when you go to the lowest range of guitars, I might recommend getting something new, that from a store or whatever that you can easily return to rather than going on Reverb, because what if you know what I mean, could have issues or whatever. If it has issues, you can just go back to the store and return it. So for that reason, to me, when it's under $300, I feel like almost you should kind of go newish because I think that's worth something. But especially if you're starting out. But if you're like all of us, I don't know, there's no beginners that watch this channel probably, but maybe. But if you're like, I just want another guitar, I want a cool guitar, I got a great Sir and I want a hollow body, but I want to get a great one, but I don't want to spend a ton of money, which all of us would love to find another great guitar without spending a lot of money, right? That's when it's like, what's the best value? And to me, something like this used, or just anything used that's in that like, anything that was in that like $400 to like $1,100 price range new is just a deal used. Like you could probably get it for half price. And if you can find where someone put some money into it, dude, I think this is an example of the very best types of guitars money can buy right now. Someone made some upgrades. It already depreciated. It's flipping awesome. And the uniqueness. You know what I mean? You can't go buy one like this with this and this. You know?